What do you think the time is? Where's my dinner?
I'm sorry, but I did tell you this morning that I'd be late again due to work.
You think I can remember every little thing like that? Ugh. I wish I could just ditch my old wife and marry a younger woman.
Whenever my husband has a complaint, he jumps to the idea of getting rid of his old wife. Today, he is griping about a late dinner, even though I had told him that I'll be late because my part-time job is busy right now. He conveniently forgets his own forgetfulness. My name is Lissa. I've been married to Jimmy, who was frequenting my workplace for 13 years. What should have been a happy married life soured due to conflicts with father-in-law who lives nearby. Jimmy's philosophy of out with the old, in with the new all comes from father-in-law. Father-in-law regrets that mother-in-law was 3 years older and treats mother-in-law like an old lady every chance he gets. Father-in-law wanted Jimmy to marry a younger woman and made a displeased face when he found out I was 2 years older at our first meeting.
Why would you settle for leftovers? Think about it.
But since father-in-law didn't like me, mother-in-law and sister-in-law were kind to me. Mother-in-law, who loves hot springs, was very pleased when I took her and sister-in-law to the spa. On a day off, I pretended to go to the spa with mother-in-law, but went straight to Home Depot instead. After shopping for various items, I U-turned home about an hour later. When I quietly unlocked the door, I heard water running in the bathroom. Apparently, Jimmy was in there. As I tiptoed down the hallway, I heard a woman's laughter from the bathroom. I knew it. I felt a cold chill run down my spine. Jimmy had brought a woman home, and they were together in the bathroom. Flashback, several hours earlier.
Lissa, you're going to the spa with Mom tomorrow, right?
Yeah, sorry. Shall we cancel tomorrow?
No, it's fine. You haven't been in a while, so take your time. Enjoy some good food,
he said, handing me $100 bill. Jimmy, who usually complained when I came back late from being with mother-in-law, unusually allowed me to return late, and even gave me some spending money? Something was off. Could this be the phenomenon of when a husband cheats, he becomes kinder to his wife? Feeling guilty about cheating, a husband becomes excessively kind to his wife, giving her unusual gifts, which gives away the infidelity. Jimmy's next action confirmed my suspicions.
I'm going to take a shower now.
Jimmy briskly headed to the bathroom, even taking his mobile phone. Normally, Jimmy hated showers, calling them a hassle. He never went to the bathroom unless I nagged him. Afterwards, he'd wander around in just his underwear, refusing to dress, saying,
"It's my house. What's wrong with doing as I please?"
By the way, Jimmy never used his mobile phone to listen to music in the bathroom. So why would he take his phone into the bathroom? It meant either he had someone he wanted to contact immediately or didn't want me to see his phone. Both scenarios point to one fact. Jimmy is having an affair. Normally, I trust Jimmy, and as much as possible, even though we're married, I don't want to invade his privacy by looking into his mobile phone. However, if there's a possibility of infidelity, I cannot just overlook it. That's a fact. Late at night, I quietly woke up and sneakily opened Jimmy's mobile phone. The passcode was likely a combination of the numbers on the license plate of a car he used to own. Since his bank PIN is the same, I roughly figured it out. Sure enough, the mobile phone opened easily. Then, picture after picture emerged, each featuring a young woman who looked at least 10 years younger and a middle-aged man with a receding hairline. I was amazed that such an older man like my husband could get attention from a young woman like her. And there were text messages between them too. Who's this? Oh, the other party is Crystal. Got it. The most recent conversation revealed Jimmy's joyful voice and the reason for the extra allowance he had given me.
Tomorrow, wife will be out for sure.
Yeah? So, as promised, can I come to your house?
I'll be waiting.
Then I'll wear the underwear you bought me last time. Will you undress me?
Of course.
In the bed you always share with your wife.
Yes.
The fact that Jimmy, who once loved me so much, was gone weighed heavily on my heart. That night, I cried quietly by myself. I swore I will definitely take revenge. Now, I tiptoed to the door in front of the bathroom and locked it with a motorcycle theft prevention lock. The loud sound of the lock closing didn't seem to be noticed, as I had timed it with the commotion in the bathroom. I called my mother-in-law. Mother-in-law, Jimmy is indeed having an affair. I knew it. Lisa, I'm truly sorry. I'll be right there. Looking around the living room, I saw an unfamiliar female bag. I took out the mobile phone inside and found no passcode. In the phone book, I saw Mom, but got no answer. Next was Brother, so I called there. Hello, are you Crystal's brother?
Who are you?
I introduced myself and began to explain. Actually, at my house right now, Crystal is in the bathroom with my husband.
What? Are you saying my sister Crystal is having an affair with your husband?
I don't want to believe it, but it seems that way.
What? My sister's kind and cares about our mother. Don't lie.
His shouting was so loud that I had to hold the phone away from my ear as I continued. So I thought I'd ask you to come pick her up. I tried calling your mother, but she didn't answer. Why not see for yourself if I'm lying?
I see. Mom didn't answer.
Yes.
Good. Mom is preparing for surgery and is in the hospital. Please, I'll come, but promise not to call Mom.
I understand if that's the situation, I promise.
Thank you. I owe you one.
After a while, the doorbell rang repeatedly. Then the sound of water coming from the bathroom quieted down.
Who is it at this time? Is it a delivery?
Jimmy, what are you doing? Giving up halfway? A conversation was overheard. Yes. I reacted to the doorbell and to the two people in the bathroom, the one surprised.
Yikes. Lisa, why?
Oh, your wife! With panicked voices, more splashing water could be heard. Then a loud noise of someone trying to open the bathroom door came through.
Hey, what's going on? It won't open. Hey, let me out.
I could imagine Jimmy's pathetic attempt to open the door naked, and I opened the front door laughing. Father-in-law, mother-in-law, and sister-in-law's relatives were all gathered. Lisa, where's Jimmy? Is he still inside? Yes, I locked it tight. Where'd he go? Yes, evidence is most important, I thought.
Mom? Sister?
A sound like dropping a heavy load was heard. It seemed that Jimmy had fallen over in surprise. Come on, this is not time to sit down. Mother-in-law screamed at the sight of the scattered clothes for two in the living room. What is this? Evidence number 2. I'll collect it now. I picked up the woman's clothing and unlocked the bathroom. Inside were two pale-faced individuals wrapped in bath towels. Here's Crystal's clothes. Please come out once you've dressed.
Hey, what about mine?
Jimmy, this should be enough for you.
Just underwear?
Well, Jimmy, you always wear underwear only after a bath, don't you? After a while, the two seemed resigned and came out of the bathroom. Jimmy was in his underwear, and his wet hair was plastered thinly to his forehead.
Lisa, I'm sorry. I'll grant you any wish. Please forgive me.
A divorce will suffice.
Don't rely on my money. What? But you said you don't need an older wife. A woman who scatters clothes all over the living room is no better than Lissa. Cheating is your own fault. You'll have to work daily jobs or whatever to earn the divorce settlement. No way, Dad.
Just then, the doorbell rang, announcing a visitor. When I responded, Crystal screamed at the sight of the man on the monitor.
My brother!
I'm sorry, I called him. It's not fair to only Jimmy. He'll kill me.
Oh, Crystal, are you okay?
It's not me. It's Jimmy who's not okay. My brother is a former fighter.
What?
Opening the door, a tall man was already bowing deeply.
I'm Mike, Crystal's brother. I apologize for the trouble my sister has caused you.
No need to apologize, sir. Anyway, please come in.
Excuse me, Crystal?
Mike stood up, a muscular man who appeared to be 6'5" tall. He walked into the living room and then looked straight at his sister with sharp, animal-like eyes. Crystal looked like she was about to cry.
Crystal, did you really have an affair with this man?
His sister nodded with a pale face. Mike slowly shifted his gaze to Jimmy, coming close enough that their noses almost touched. Jimmy was unable to even meet his eyes, frozen in terror by the intensity of Mike's gaze.
You tricked and toyed with Crystal.
Jimmy froze, unable to move.
What's going on?
Jimmy, who was firmly grabbed by the shoulders and couldn't escape, nodded his head like a broken doll. Mike laughed at himself, saying,
Oops, it's unprofessional to hit an amateur.
And released Jimmy's shoulders, bowing his head deeply again.
Listen, family, my sister has truly caused you trouble, but I still can't believe it, even hearing it from Crystal's mouth. My sister has had a crush on someone. Well, he's my disciple. If he was willing, I was planning to let them marry.
With Mitch? Crystal's cheeks turned red and her eyes sparkled.
Well, that's all ruined now.
No way.
Of course. You, trying to be happy by stealing someone else's happiness? What are you thinking, huh?
Crystal shrank to half her size at the loud, angry voice. The mystery deepens. Crystal likes this Mitch guy, right? So, why with my balding brother?
I'm not balding, not yet.
No, it's too late now. It's because Jimmy said he would pay for my mother's surgery. Apparently, Crystal's mother needed expensive surgery, and she got involved with Jimmy because he dangled money in front of her.
What? Just because it's for your mother? Infidelity with a married man is not acceptable. Haven't you learned from the pain?
Eek, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Crystal apologized, rubbing her head on the floor. Jimmy, you have a good wife like Lissa, and you took advantage of Crystal's feelings for her parents.
Hi, I'm sorry.
Jimmy apologized, his forehead nearly buried in the floor. But the thing with my mother was just the beginning, and I got hooked too. I'm sorry. While keeping Mike, who had been apologizing all along, standing. I had an idea. Mother, about the compensation you said you'd give me? I'll have Jimmy pay for it. So if you'd like, use it for Crystal's mother's surgery. Oh yes, let's do that.
No. Just the thought is enough. Don't underestimate my shop's income, Crystal.
I picked up my packed carry-on bag and handed Jimmy the divorce papers.
You're prepared? Huh?
Yes, I prepared all night crying, preparing to leave you.
Lissa, I'm sorry.
I left the house, leaving Jimmy 3 years later. A long line formed in front of the sign, Knockout Grill and Bar number 2, opening today. Welcome. Oh, mother-in-law, sister-in-law, father-in-law, too. You all came. And thank you for the opening flowers. Lissa, congratulations on the opening. And this is a wedding gift. Mother-in-law handed over a bag filled with thick wads of cash. Oh, I can't accept this much. Why not? Just take it. Thank you. Mitch, come over here.
Thank you for your kindness and for giving us a good deal on the rent for this place. Mitch's barbecue ribs are exceptional. It's a small thing compared to that.
I thought that after the divorce, I wouldn't see mother-in-law and the others again, and felt lonely. But mother-in-law and the others still called me and invited me to the spa. The only thing that's changed is what's written on paper, they said, so I remained a spa buddy with mother-in-law and sister-in-law just like before. After learning about Mike's shop through Crystal's situation, and since father-in-law loved barbecue ribs, we became captivated by their deliciousness. When Mitch, who was training at Mike's shop, confessed to me, I initially refused since he was 7 years younger. But surprisingly, father-in-law approved.
Lissa, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Your calm and generous handling of Jimmy's affair was impressive. That's when you see the difference in people. There's nothing better than an older wife. I do wish you'd reconcile with Jimmy, but thinking of your happiness, isn't being with Mitch the best thing for you?
And now, Mitch and I are married. And Mitch, who rented land from father-in-law, decided to open a shop there under a franchise agreement with Mike's shop. By the way, I don't know if Jimmy's affair was discovered by his company, but he was transferred to the Dallas branch and hasn't been able to return. Speaking of which, it's good that Mike's mother is doing well. How's Crystal? Mike is helping out today as well.
She's transferred to Seoul, heartbroken. It's her own fault. Ha 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 ha.
Crystal, who broke up with Jimmy, confessed to Mitch, but was rejected, saying,
I have someone I like.
Mitch asked me out right after that. Yes, it's really delicious. It's getting great reviews on social media, too. Thank you. It's all thanks to you. The time when Jimmy was cheating in the bathroom now seems like the lowest point in my life. Step by step, I built bonds with various people, and now I'm here. From now on, Mitch and I want to live happily by continuing to make delicious barbecue ribs, putting our hearts into each dish